Today's lesson is on how to find the volume of rectangular prisms. Volume is how many cubic units can fit inside of a three-dimensional object. So what can we fill this object with? How many of them? What goes inside of it? So if you look at the picture here, I have a rectangular prism. It's called a rectangular prism because it's sitting on a rectangle. Its base is a rectangle, and it's 3 dimensions. So the first way that you could figure out how many of those cubic unit boxes fits inside of this larger rectangular prism is by counting. And as you can see, you cannot see all of the boxes that are in there. So it would be very difficult to try to count and make sure that you got every single one of them that was in there. And not only would it be difficult, it would take some time. So the other way that I'm going to show you on how to find the volume of this would be to use formulas. And there's 2 different ones. The first one is volume equals this capital B times H. Capital B stands for area of the base. And H stands for height. Okay, so if you wanted to figure out the area of the base, it's a rectangle. So you can kind of imagine it's right here. In order to find area of a rectangle, you would need to do length times width. And in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 here, and this is 3. So that capital B would actually be 6 times 3. And then we have to multiply by how tall is this? What is its height? Well, you can see it's 3 boxes high. So then you would multiply by 3. So 6 times 3 is 18. And then you have to multiply that by 3. And 18 times 3 is 54. Now when finding volume and writing the answer, you need to make sure that you label it. We have no idea if this is inches or feet or miles or what these the size of these boxes are. So we're just going to use the word unit. So this one is 54 units cubed. We use that 3 because it is a 3-dimensional figure. Okay? And the other way, the other formula that I'm talking about is basically the same thing. It's just length times width times height. So 6 times 3 times 3. And we would get 18 times 3, we would get 54. Just same thing, looks a little bit different. So I don't care which formula you choose to use because they both end in the same result. Just please make sure that you label using the correct units. Example I have here says that at the pet shop, Jessica is having trouble finding a fish tank. Her mother said that she needs a fish tank that has a volume of 24 cubic feet. Which tank should Jessica buy? Show your work to prove your answer to Jessica. So tank A over here has a length of 5, a width of 2, and a height of 3. So we have to do length times width times height. So 5 times 2 times 3. That would be 10 times 3 is 30. And this time the label is feet, so feet cubed. So 30 cubic feet is not 24 cubic feet that her mother had asked for. So let's check tank B. Tank B is 4, 3, and 2. So we can do 4 times 3 times 2. Or we could do 3 times 2 times 4. It does not matter because remember with multiplication, if you're doing all multiplication, you can do it in any order. So this would end up being 12 times 2, and 12 times 2 is 24 feet cubed or 24 cubic feet. So Jessica probably should bring home tank B.